guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got a new filming setup here today. I usually film on my bed, but I decided to film here for a sit-down video today, so I hope you guys like the new background. But today's video is going to be a Q&A. I don't think I've ever done a dedicated Q&A, but since I'm almost at 1,000 subs, I thought I would sit down and let you guys, some of my new followers, like let you guys know about me. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for me, and I actually got quite a bit, so I'm gonna sit down, answer those for you guys today. I also quickly do want to say before I get into the questions that obviously the world is very heavy right now. There's a lot going on and I'm understanding and listening. I was muted for the past week, just listening, understanding, and recollecting everything that I was learning. So I just wanted to mention that because it's an obvious thing that's going on right now, and I want you guys to know that I love and support you all, and I love that you guys all support me as well. So thank you guys so much. But without further ado, I'm just gonna hop right into the questions. I don't want to make this intro too long, so here we go. At what age did you get pregnant with your first baby? So I got pregnant with Sophia, my first daughter, who's now 3, when I was 16 years old. I actually just recently posted a video sharing with you guys my entire teen mom story, so I will link that down below for you guys. It's a couple videos back if you want to search it. But yeah, I got pregnant when I was 16, had her when I was 16, and then turned 17 shortly after, and Gage was 17 when we had Sophia. How did you and Gage meet? We met in high school 5 years ago. We've been together for 5 years now. We knew each other for a little while before we started dating. We had some same classes together. We had like a gym class together. We had mutual friends. And then we just started talking, and then he asked me out in May of 2015. So we've been dating ever since. It was definitely like a meant to be kind of thing, and our life like obviously played out to this point. So yeah, we met in high school. How was the transition from 1 child to 2? So I get asked this question a lot, I guess, but honestly, I guess I could say I want to be really honest with this. The transition from 1 to 2 in the beginning was really, really hard for me. Not because I couldn't like handle it. It was mostly because I had a lot of guilt. Because in the beginning, for me specifically as a breastfeeding mom, I was like constantly comfort nursing and nursing for the first like 2 months. So I had a lot of guilt when I came home from the hospital. Like I couldn't put Sophia to bed at night anymore. I couldn't like give her baths every time that I wanted to. Like I still tried to include her in everything that I did when it came to like having a new baby in the house, but there were just certain things that like I felt like I had missed out on. Not missed out on, but like I wasn't able to be 100% one-on-one with her. Gage had to help me out a lot, which was fine, and he did an amazing job helping me, and that's what he was there for. But I did have a lot of guilt, but eventually we just kind of found balance. Gage actually went back to work 5 days after I gave birth. So I had my mom here a lot to help me out with Sophia, and that honestly made it a lot better because Sophia was really happy to have my mom come play with her, and she wasn't like losing out on any attention. But once we found a schedule, once we found a routine, and I let Sophia be involved in everything, like I would tell her, go grab me a diaper, or whenever I was breastfeeding, because that was the part that she kind of had to like sit to herself for a little while I was breastfeeding all day. I would tell her like, bring me a toy, and I would try to play with her while I breastfed Mila, which was really difficult, but I'm really glad that I did because I don't know, it just felt like she felt more involved. But you will, if you are thinking about having a second child, obviously you will get the hang of it. It's all about finding your routine and finding your balance, and after the first like 6 to 8 weeks, or once your like hubby goes back to work or whatever, you will find it and it just will come naturally. But in the beginning it was hard for me just because of like the guilt that I felt, but that eventually went away, and now my girls love each other and we have such a good like balance, and I can't even remember just having 1 kid. It just feels like so natural to me now having 2. What was the best thing you learned from being a teen mom? So this is a difficult one. I learned so much being a teen mom. If you watched my story is a little bit different. I did graduate early and I did get to like stay home with Sophia. So I've been a stay-at-home mom since I was 16 years old, which sounds crazy. I think the biggest thing that I learned for me, I was like college bound. My plan was to go to college. I didn't really have a true passion in life though, and I was just going to college because it felt right. And I did actually end up going for a year of online college, and I dropped out because it wasn't for me. I enjoyed staying home and being a mom more. But I think what I learned is that life just doesn't have a path. That you can't create your path. Your path, you're just gonna have to follow it. You cannot, like, you can try your best to, you know, set yourself up for a good future, obviously, and be successful, but don't be too picky about your life path, because it doesn't always work out. You can't always choose what's gonna happen in your life, and whatever happens is what is meant to happen. So if something's going wrong in your life, just know that it's for a reason, and eventually things work themselves out. Are you engaged, married? I actually got a couple questions about Gage, and I think there's a couple of more. Me and Gage are not married, we are engaged. He proposed to me on Christmas Eve 2018, so we're currently engaged, and we were planning to have a wedding. Obviously, COVID, a pandemic happened, kind of set our planning back. But currently we're kind of thinking that we just want to like have like a simple like courthouse wedding, or maybe just like immediate family, and maybe not do the whole like 9 yards, even though we would love to, and maybe someday in the future. But right now our priorities are more into like buying our dream home, and just like having a future for our kids, like saving money. So a wedding isn't like on the top priority of our list. So I think we may just be going a different route, which again leads back to like things don't always work out as they planned, or as you planned. I always thought that I was gonna have this big beautiful wedding, and honestly it might not feel right now. Like it feels like I kind of just want to get married and have a simple little wedding. So I guess we'll see, but right now it's not at the top of our list. It's not like a huge priority. We obviously are engaged, we have 2 kids together, and we know that we want to be with each other for the rest of our lives. So we're not like hurrying to get married or anything, but it is something that we're eventually going to do. Another question that I got about Gage is, what does he do for a living? Gage is a postal worker. He works for USPS, so he also did not go to college, but he has like a really good career job in the post office, so that's what he wanted to do. He did that. He actually started training for the postal service right out of high school. He was actually in high school when he was trying to get in there, because he knew that that would be a good career for our family, and it's more of like a career path, and all he needed was his high school diploma. So that's what he does. He works in the post office. He's a postal clerk. Another big question that I got, which I knew I was gonna get asked a bunch, was just like, babies, do you guys want more children? How many babies do you want to have? Do you see yourself having a boy? So I'm just gonna answer those all at once. Yes, we want more children. Gage and I love being parents, and we definitely don't see ourselves stopping now or like in the near future. Our ideal dream is to have 4 kids, and we've said that since we met each other. I always wanted a lot of kids. I grew up with 3 other siblings, and I loved being in a house full of kids, so I want that for my kids. And I love being a mom, and I just see myself having a lot of kids, and Gage is on the same boat. So yeah, ideally we want to have 4 kids. If we end up having more, it's possible, but I don't see us having any less than 4. Do you see yourself having a boy? I don't know. I've always seen myself as a girl mom, guys, ever since, I mean, child, like elementary school. I've always said that I was just gonna have girls and maybe 1 boy, and I still kind of see it like that. I kind of see me having like 3 girls and 1 boy, and even if I had 4 girls, I would be completely happy. Do I want a boy? Yes, I would love to have a boy, and I know Gage would love to have his boy, but we're also okay if we only have girls, and we love being girl parents. Gage loves being a dad to little girls, so I'm not sure if I ever see me having a boy, but if I do, I would love it. I did tell Gage, and he agrees, that if we do have 4 girls, we would try for the 5th to see if it was a boy, but probably, if it wasn't a boy, we'd probably stop. And if it was a boy, that would be amazing too, but I don't know. I just see me having a lot of girls. And then a couple people also said baby number 3, or like, when do you plan on having baby number 3 or trying? Mila is only 7 months right now, so I don't plan on seeing myself pregnant anytime in the near future. I would be very happy if I did end up pregnant, but it's not like my ideal situation right now. But we do want our kids close in age. Sophia and Mila are 2.5 years apart, and I absolutely love it. Like, I love this age gap. I don't think I would do any more than 3 years apart. So like I said, Mila is 7 months, almost 8 months currently, so I would think that maybe when she's 2, Me and Gage have talked about it. When she's 2, we would try, and then it would be right before she turned 3 that we would have our third. So that's kind of like our ideal situation, but whatever happens, happens. But yeah, we would like to have our third probably in like 2 years. Someone said, how are you such an amazing mama? And I'm actually like really good Instagram friends with her, so thank you so much. You're so sweet. I just love being a mama. Someone else asked, what does being an influencer mean to you? Wow, that's a tough question because I don't really see myself as an influencer. I have such a small following, but I am really like grateful for the small following that I have because I feel like such a good connection with you guys. But being an influencer, well, I guess being an influencer means you influence people, and usually you would like influence someone to buy something or to be a certain way. And I guess I don't really influence in that way. My job as an influencer is, or my goal as an influencer is to influence you guys to feel a certain way, or like to feel happy and comfortable and normal in your motherhood journey, because obviously I'm a motherhood channel. I talk all things motherhood, real motherhood, raw motherhood, authentic motherhood, and I show all the real bits and pieces of it. I don't sugarcoat it. So yeah, I want to influence you guys to feel a certain way. I want you to feel normal in your motherhood journey. I don't want you to feel like you're abnormal. I've shared my journey of postpartum depression. I've shared my pregnancy depression journey, and I've shared all like the real and raw bits of it. And I just want you guys to feel normal. I want you to feel like you have someone to relate to, because I know, I mean, as a human, you always want someone that is, whenever you're going through something, you want someone that you can relate to or feels a connection with. So I want to be that person in case you guys don't have that in real life, because that's something that I guess I didn't have in real life. So that's why I started a channel, and I've met so many mamas who have related to me, who I can relate to and connect with on like a deeper level of motherhood. So I guess that's how I feel my role as an influencer is, or what does that mean to me. I want to make you guys feel, or influence you guys to feel happy and comfortable and normal in your motherhood journey. Someone asked me what preset I use. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Frankie C. Glover. I always have it linked in the description box if you want to follow me, but I use the preset. It's by an Instagram mama. Her handle is Madnator. I will write it down below or link her presets in the description for you guys. I went through so many presets in the past for my Instagram, and I'm a really like indecisive person, I found, but I finally found a preset that I love, and I love the way my Instagram looks. It's just, it's finally given me that aesthetic that I feel like represents me, like all the peachy, like orangey warm tones. So yeah, I will link it down below for you guys. You guys have been loving my Instagram, and I've gotten so many compliments on it lately, so thank you guys so much. Someone asked me what I do for work, or are you a stay-at-home mom? I am a stay-at-home mom. If you watch my channel, you probably know that, but if you're new, I am a stay-at-home mama to 2 little girls. Someone asked for tips on how to deal with working at home, housekeeping, raising children, and so on during quarantine. Well, obviously I stay home, so it's a little bit different for me, but I feel like this kind of goes for everyone, even if you're a working mom. Routine is such a big thing for me. Sometimes routine isn't for everyone, but for me, I need to have a routine, and right now the girls and I have a pretty good routine down. It's been a little bit different because Gage does work 2 jobs, so his second job he was like off from for a while, and he still actually is, but we found like a really good routine with that. So I think that's really helpful. Like, you have to have a routine. Sometimes it can get overwhelming, or if we go a little bit off routine, or like, you know, just in general things can get overwhelming, but I find like if we have like a really good, especially morning routine, that's the most important, like waking up and doing the whole breakfast thing. That's like the biggest thing for me. Did you and do you face criticism from being a young mom? I feel like a lot of girls face criticism being a young mom, no matter what. Personally though, I didn't face any criticism from anyone that I went to high school with, from any family, to be honest. So I got pretty lucky. I talked a lot about that in my Teen Mom video as well, but I honestly didn't receive much hate, and I haven't received any hate online, which I'm surprised about, because I always felt like if everyone on my following or my Instagram or my YouTube knew like how old I was and how young I was, they would criticize me. But I've just gotten nothing but outpouring love and just support from so many of you guys, so I'm so thankful for that. My family was very supportive. Like I said, I talked about that in my other video, and yeah, I haven't had any criticism, or I didn't receive any in the beginning. I'm so lucky. And to anyone that has received criticism, if you are a teen mom watching this, I'm so sorry, because you didn't deserve it, and just know that I support you. What are your guys' future plans? Moving, babies, work. So I already talked about babies. We want lots of babies. Moving, we do plan on moving. We're actually looking into it currently, even though it won't be for the next couple of years, but we're just saving money like crazy because we know that we're gonna need a bigger house if we want more babies. This is currently, we have 3 bedrooms right now, but it's very small and boxy. There's no like open floor plan. It's 1 floor. So right now we have 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, and like a toy room slash storage room, because that's also where my closet is. This house is just too tiny for us. It's a good size currently. I would prefer it to be a little bit bigger, but we know we need a bigger house, and we also aren't comfortable or happy in the area that we're in. We want to move somewhere like more suburban, somewhere with more things for kids to do. I live in a more rural area, so there's not a lot for the kids. Somewhere with parks, somewhere with good schools for my kids, activities, stuff like that. So we do plan on moving, and we're not sure where yet, but we're looking into it, talking about it every single day. And that's probably going to be within the next 2 to 3 years. And they also asked about work. As for work, I plan on being a stay-at-home mom until probably my last child is in school, like kindergarten. So that's like really far ahead of me, and I haven't really thought about work for me. Like I said, Gage is in the post office, and that's like a career opportunity, position, benefits, and all that stuff. So it's a government federal job, so he's gonna be in that probably for the rest of his life until he retires. But as for me, I don't know what I'll do after my kids are in school. Hopefully I'll be doing YouTube. That would be awesome, or like something with social media, because that's totally my passion, but I really haven't thought that far ahead. Where do you find your daughter's adorable clothes? Thank you. I find a lot of their clothes on H&M and Amazon. Lots of H&M. Usually when I do like a seasonal like clothing haul for them, I'll do H&M. I shop a little bit of Old Navy for them. I actually just ordered Mila some pajamas from Old Navy. I love their pajamas for babies and toddlers, and they also always have good deals, but mostly H&M for like all of their clothes. And Amazon, I can find some good things for them occasionally. Yeah, I don't really have like a ton. I do shop small shops sometimes just to like support. I get all of Mila's head wraps from House of Head Wraps. I actually rep for them on Instagram, but they are an amazing company owned by some amazing women. So that's where I get all of her head wraps. But other than that, that's pretty much where I shop for them. What made you start an Instagram account, and what has been the most surprising thing about the Instagram community so far? So what made me start an Instagram account? So I first actually started with YouTube. I've loved YouTube for so many years, guys. Like, I go back to the way back in the day YouTube, like when it was all like Shane Dawson and stuff like that. And then I was into like makeup gurus and stuff. But once I became a mom to Sophia when I was so young, I kind of like dived into the realm of the YouTube mama community, and I loved it. And I just felt like that was a space that I could connect to, especially since obviously I didn't have anyone my age that had kids that I could connect to. So I was able to do that through YouTube and watching them. And I just felt like really comfortable. So I wanted to make a YouTube channel. And then with YouTube, in order to grow my YouTube channel, I decided to make an Instagram that connected to it, just so that I could get my following out there a little bit. And I actually just fell in love with Instagram too. I fell in love with like the idea of like photography. I love photography now. I love making my feed look cohesive. I love connecting with other people on there. I love using my stories and my platform. I've made so many good Insta friends, and if you guys are watching, you know who you are. I love you all. And then what has been the most surprising thing about the Instagram community? Honestly, just the support. I have seen so much support. Like, it just has restored my faith in humanity, because the amount of moms on there that I find that are just so supportive and kind is crazy. That's been the #1 surprising thing. And another thing that surprised me is just how supportive they've been of like how young I am. I always, and I've said this before, I've just felt like they just welcomed me with open arms and never judged me for how young I was. Like I said, I've made some really good friends, and they never made me feel any less or like I was a little kid to them. So yeah, I just love that. How are you going to celebrate once you reach 1K subs? You're so close. I'm so excited. I am currently, I think, like 40 subscribers away from 1K, so I'm so excited. I've been trying to get to 1K for so long, but I don't know how I'm gonna celebrate. Maybe like an Instagram giveaway, maybe like another like Q&A video. Let me know what you guys like, or what you want to see, because I obviously want to celebrate, and I want to thank you guys because there's been some of you guys who have followed me from the way beginning when my channel first started, and that was rough and embarrassing. But if you follow me that long, I appreciate you so much, and I recognize you, and I know you are. Those of you who always comment on my videos and have supported me from day one, I love you so much. So yeah, I want to celebrate in some ways, but I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to celebrate with Gage though, and like have like dinner or something, take a nice Instagram picture to post and just thank you all. So yeah, we are on the road to 1K. I'm so excited. Someone asked, where do you shop for yourself? I actually just placed a huge like clothing order. I got some pieces in already. I'm actually wearing a new one, but I placed a huge clothing order, and I think I'm gonna do a try on haul in one of my next day in the life videos, so stay tuned for that. But currently I like shopping at H&M. I love the style of their clothing. I got like this shirt and a couple other things from Cotton On. American Eagle I love. I got some things from PacSun. So yeah, they have a lot of the style of clothing that I like. So yeah, H&M, Cotton On, PacSun, American Eagle. I love those places. Where did you grow up? I was born in New York. My family's from New York. My parents are from New York, and they grew up there their entire life. But when I was a couple years old, I was still a toddler, we moved to Pennsylvania, and that's where I grew up. Do I plan on homeschooling? Actually, I don't plan on homeschooling, and I have nothing against homeschooling. My siblings were homeschooled growing up. I was homeschooled for a little bit, cyber schooled, when I was pregnant with Sophia, just so I could finish off my junior and senior year. I have nothing against it, but as for like my children, I don't see myself homeschooling. I see them in a public school. Sophia loves social interaction, and I'm actually planning on putting her in like a little Head Start program at the beginning of fall, so I'm super excited for that. It will be like a full-time thing, but it just depends on my child's needs, I guess. If they ever came to me and said they wanted to be homeschooled, I would totally be up for it, but I plan on putting them all in public school unless they request otherwise. How did you know you were ready for a baby, and how has having a baby changed your relationship? So obviously I didn't know that I was ready for a baby because I was 16. Sophia was not planned, but once I found out I was pregnant with her, I just had like motherly instinct, and I was really excited. I guess I did plan Mila though, so how I knew I was ready for her, honestly, I just knew that I wanted my kids close in age, and I always had. And I kind of felt a little bit of fear of being judged again because I was planning another baby like so young. But I was in the like position. I knew that I was in a good financial position. I knew that I was going to be able to take care of her. But honestly, I just knew in my heart that I was ready for another baby. Like, I just had major baby fever. I knew I wanted my girls close in age. So I just decided like, this is my life and I want another baby. And then how has having a baby changed your relationship? Obviously it changed a lot because I went from just being a little teenager hanging out with my boyfriend to being parents like within a year. So in the beginning, stuff like date nights and stuff like that changed because Gage was in school full-time and working, and I was home with a baby, and we were just trying to like save money and get ourselves in a good place. But even now, date nights have kind of slowed down, even though, you know, my parents would watch the girls and stuff, but we don't always have like a babysitter. Spending time together has changed. Just so many things have changed, but we are still, honestly, I can say me and Gage are still the same people from when we met. We still are like super goofy with each other, and we still, I don't know, we just still have the same personalities with each other. And a lot of the times I feel the same way. Like, I don't feel like things have changed, just like things that we do have changed, like going out on dates, doing whatever we want, going to the movies, going on vacations and stuff like that. What is your favorite diapers and wipes brand? So we use Pampers Swaddlers from Mila currently, and we use them with Sophia too. I like them for when they're like babies because they're super stretchy and soft. And then as Sophia got a little older, and I feel like it will be the same with Mila, we switched to Huggies just because I feel like Huggies have a lot more room to them than Pampers. But I like the Pampers Swaddlers because of the stretch to them, and they're very soft, and I just always feel like I want my babies to be comfortable. And then as for wipes, we use, what do we use? We use the Parent's Choice, I believe, just because they're a little on the cheaper end because wipes are so expensive, and honestly they're really good for like sensitive skin. So that's what we use for the girls. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all the questions I have for you guys today. If you have any more, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. But I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better through this Q&A. I answered some things that I feel like I never have addressed in like other videos or whatever, or just have never come up. So I hope you guys like getting to know me. Leave a fun fact about yourself in the comments because I want to get to know you guys too. But yeah, that is all for today's Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because like I said, we are on the road to 1K and we would love to have you stick around. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Again, my name is Frankie C. Glover. It's always linked down in the description box and I love connecting with you guys over there. And also make sure you give this video a thumbs up just so I know that you liked it. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for my clothing haul. Bye guys.